still the same man I married. No, Sky, listen.
Gunther, get the car. I said, get the car!
The last time you did that.
Yes, I do. So does my chiropractor.
Well, that should teach you a lesson. You shouldn't go around trying to scare people.
May I remind you, young lady, that you are the one who scared me. What are you doing in my office this late at night?
Oh, the usual, hitting the law books, looking for a legal precedent. Thank you. Besides, I'd rather be here than in that tiny little one-room apartment of mine. What brings you here at this hour?
This is my office. You know, I work here. You pay me rent, remember? I have to make a very difficult decision tonight. I have to find a legal and professional way to say no. There's some guy whose case I don't want to handle.
You make a habit of refusing clients, don't you? Like the one that you gave to me to handle, the little winner, Jimmy Krause?
Oh, yes, I'm sorry. Didn't work out too well for you, did it?
No.
But as I've often told you...
Please, Cliff, no more words of wisdom.
Oh, no, you'll like these. As I've often told you, you can't win them all.
You're absolutely right. However, you can hope. although hope is sometimes a frail ally.
You're remarkable, you know that?
Well, you certainly won't get an argument from me there, counselor. By the way, if you do have any other clients that you'd like to turn over to me, and there's a fee attached, the answer is yes. You see, contrary to the old cliche, time is not of the essence, it is money. And the first of the month rapidly approaches with heavy tread.
Oh, well, you could take this case off my hands if you're interested.
Are you kidding? I'm ready and willing.
But are you able? No, seriously, this is very difficult. This guy shot the owner of a liquor store during a holdup. It gets worse. My client came to me and said he would like to plead self-defense because the owner fired first. You can imagine what kind of sympathy you're going to get from a jury with a ploy like that.
You know me, I like a challenge. I'll take it.
Do you mean it? Great! Hey, devour it!
Thank you.
This leaves me free to do more important things tonight.
By the way, Cliff, I really do appreciate all these opportunities that you've been giving me.
Oh, well, you're welcome. I like having you around here. Besides, I gotta throw some work your way so you can make some money to pay rent, right?
Right.
Oh, there is a slight hitch with that case.
Oh, listen, it doesn't matter. I made myself a promise when I was in law school.
Yeah, last week, huh?
I made a promise when I was in law school that I would never turn down any criminal cases. You see, I had a professor who seemed to think that the entire judicial system would just shrivel up and die if one single person was denied full and adequate representation, no matter how monstrous the crime. And you know what? I think he was right.
Wait a minute. If I knew that speech was coming, I would have turned up the march music. Full volume, and brought out the flags. Onward, Miss Bannister! Look, I had those same ideals when I came out of law school, but take a word from the master. Those ideals seem to fade after you spend some time in the sewers of the underworld. There are certain people who deserve to be in prison.
You are a dreadful old cynic.
Hey, I'm not old.
Tell me, how did you get to be so jaded anyway?
How did you get to be so naive? You'll see. You'll see.
Listen, if I ever do get to be that jaded and that cynical, I'll just quit the bar and start driving a cab or something, or else maybe I'll get married and have half a dozen kids.
And a great lawyer would be lost to motherhood, huh? What would the ERA say about that? Oh, don't you want to know the little hitch in that case?
Something tells me I'm going to hear it anyway.
The arresting officer is Calvin Stoner.
So?
Well, I know you've had a run-in with him, but Calvin still...
Cliff, you just told me what's right with the case, not what's wrong with it.
Good luck.
Thank you. Boy, now I wouldn't miss this case for anything in the world.
Not bad, Valerie, not bad. Hello? Hello, Valerie.
Yes.
It's Mrs. Carr.
Oh, hi, Mrs. Carr. You know, I was just thinking about calling you to thank you again for tonight.
Oh, it's a pleasure to see you, Valerie, anytime.
You know, I've been thinking a lot about our conversation about my father's letter.
So have I. And, you know, I really don't think that you should consider those numbers as simply a date, because the more I think of it, the more I think that they signify something else.
Mrs. Carr, I don't know what to think. It's all so mysterious.
Wow. Mike might very well be right. I mean, it's possible that they could signify a Swiss bank account.
But I don't even know how to begin to find out something like that. I can't very well go to every bank in Switzerland and make inquiries. And even if there was an account, wouldn't my father have to sign for the funds?
Well, I think that they would have to release the funds to you if you show them proof of his death. But in any case, we'll give it a great deal more thought.
Oh, Mrs. Carr, I appreciate your help and advice a lot.
Well, Valerie, I called for another reason.
Oh?
Yeah, I was talking to Nicole Cavanaugh, and she told me that she's doing a special report on your father at the 11 o'clock news tonight. And I just thought that I should warn you. I mean, just let you know in case you wanted to see it or not. Whatever is your preference.
Well, thanks for telling me in advance. I think I will watch it, though. somebody's at the door. I have to go.
All right, I'll talk to you soon.
Thanks again for calling me.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Coming! Hi, Cliff. What a surprise.
Hi, Valerie. There's going to be a broadcast about your father on the television tonight.
Yeah, I know.
Well, I thought you might need a strong, masculine figure standing resolutely by your side. Somebody like me?
Well, that's very kind of you, Cliff. I guess you've come at just the right time.
Well, I'm famous for my timing. I should say infamous. Just ask anybody.
Maybe I will. Please, sit down. Can I get you anything?
Yes, I'd like a pepperoni and mushroom pizza with cream soda.
That I don't have. But you can call out if you want.
Hello, I'd like a pepperoni and mushroom pizza with cream soda, and make it quick. What took you so long? Want some?
Cliff, you nut. No, put it down. No, I ate a while ago. I'll just finish my coffee.
Ah, too much caffeine. Have some soda.
There's just as much caffeine in soda, my friend.
There is?
Yes.
How'd you find out about the broadcast?
Mrs. Carr just called me. At least this way I can make a decision about it myself. Either sit through it or avoid it.
Well, what do you want to do?
I'll watch it. Hey, there's no use burying my head in the sand now.
I found out about the broadcast from a friend of mine in WMON. I know how upset you are about the bad publicity on your father. I thought it'd be very hard for you. So, I thought I'd come by and help.
It has been pretty hard, actually. But I'm surrounded by friends who care a lot, and it's made it a lot easier.
Oh, thank you. We orphans have to stick together, you know.
Cliff, are you an orphan?
Well, in a way. My parents are alive, but, they're divorced. And, they live separately. I used to go see them. Then they remarried, and every time I'd see them, there'd be this stranger there that I had to call Mom or Dad. You know? It felt very funny. So I saw them less and less, and now they live in different parts of the country. I still get Christmas cards and birthday cards, stuff like that. But I'm an orphan.
That makes two of us. You're gonna have to send me birthday and Christmas cards, though.
Hey, don't worry. Look, we shouldn't talk about this. This is a bad subject. We don't have to watch that television show, you know. I mean, all this stuff is pretty fresh in your mind. The bright side is that as time goes by, you'll forget. Why don't we go out for a drink tonight?
No.
No, I'll even let you have coffee.
No, Cliff, you know how important it is to me to know about my own father. I'm glad you're here, though. So what time is it?
It's that time.
Good evening. This is Nicole Drake. There is new information tonight in the case of Dr. Kenneth Bryson, the famous plastic surgeon who allegedly, quite literally, changed the face of crime. Dr. Bryson died of a heart attack in Monticello General Hospital 10 days ago. And through the efforts of an investigating team headed by Monticello attorney Draper Scott, new information has been uncovered which reveals the name of at least one of Dr. Bryson's famous clientele. He is Alfonso Aguilera, South American dictator presumed to have been assassinated by rebel forces during his government's overthrow 14 months ago. Mr. Aguilera is thought to have been a patient in Dr. Bryson's Lucerne, Switzerland clinic and may be currently living in the United States with a new name, a new identity, and a new face.
Wow,
This
Valerie.
evidence is the
That
first
South American
breakthrough
dictator must have
which
paid your
reveals
father a
the
fortune to
celebrity
get
of
a new
Dr.
identity.
Bryson's clientele.
I wonder what happened to that money.
We'll be back with
Did you ever
more on
think of
this
that?
subject after these messages.
Well, actually, no. Not until recently.
Refused to name names of other famous clients of Dr. Bryson's. But in the meantime, the search for Alfonso Aguilera is centered in the Florida area. Much of the investigation is shrouded in mystery. What is known, however, is that Dr. Bryson's clientele consisted almost exclusively of members of international crime syndicates and terrorist groups, all seeking anonymity. It is unknown and may never be determined how many identities were changed both here and abroad by the remarkable skill of Dr. Kenneth Bryson. Uncovering the name of Alfonso Aguilera undoubtedly is only the first of many internationally famous people to be revealed. It is also known to investigators that some clients notable in the underworld sought a change of identity in Dr. Bryson's plastic surgery clinics. There is some evidence that clients paid monumental sums to have their faces altered, to escape detection and the pursuit of legal or political enemies. The investigation, which was begun in Switzerland by the Swiss authorities, has spread throughout Western Europe and now the United States. The search goes on.
What would people say if they knew that Skylar Whitney, Monticello businessman, society figure, impresario, recently married to Raven Alexander, also had been a patient of Dr. Kenneth Bryson's? And that Skylar Whitney, my husband, is sitting in the middle of a fortune which doesn't belong to him.
No details about the investigation, I'm afraid. I really learned more from Nicole's television report than I did from his letter. Oh, except I did learn that Draper will be coming back to Monticello in about 2 weeks for only about a week. Except now that I've heard Nicole's report, I'm kind of hoping that, it all might mean even better news for me.
Oh, why do you say that?
Well, I'm kind of hoping that, maybe if he's in this country, he'll be picked to head the secondary investigation here.
I hope so, for your sake. I'm sure you miss him as much as I miss Sky. He went to Chicago for a few days on a business trip, so I'm all alone. Did you just hear that? I just heard a noise on the telephone. Didn't you hear that?
Must be your imagination.
Maybe. Well, anyway, thanks for calling, and I would like to have lunch with you tomorrow,